track, the roar of the crowd.
Welcome to Iowa Speedway, where short track aggression meets big track speed. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN, bringing you all the racing coverage for Dirty Old Bastards Arca Series. We're on week number 2. Last week we were in Kentucky. This week we make the short trip over to Iowa Speedway. Take a look. We got practice wrapping up right now. About 7 seconds left to go here. The top of the charts in practice was Matt Eddy in the 88. Last week's winner. Let's actually just take a look here at last week's point, at the current point settings after the first race of the season. Randall Fox comes home with the win. Dominating performance last week at Kentucky. He's got the point lead at 49. Jeremy Zarfos right there behind him. Chris Roberts had a good car most of the day, but ended up having to fall back to third. Last spot on the podium. Matt Eddy there tied with Chris there in third. Adam Buchanan, Joshua Pickle, Scott Lester in 7th. Zach Hollinger 8th. Jesse Lynch tied for that 8th spot. Then it's Trevor Hignett, Michael Tomlin is going to tie for 10th. That's going to round out our top 10 in the point standings. Qualifying just get underway. We take a look here at the 88 of Matt Eddy making his way out onto the racetrack. As soon as we get some lap times, we'll get some times up on the board. Once again, thank you for being here with us. It's a Tuesday night. You know that. You know where you are. It's 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock here on the West Coast. What do we got? How many laps of action do we have tonight? I think we had 120 laps here tonight at Iowa. We'll find that out here in just a second. Matt Eddy, they're loose off of 2. We saw this in practice. The driver's struggling with this fixed setup right there, especially off of turn number 2. Little unique layout here at Iowa. We got some times coming across the board. Ken Baum there with a 23:10. Chris Roberts right there behind him at a 20. Then it's Zach Hollinger, it's John J-Lo, William Hobart. Right now, that is your top 5. Scott Lester comes across the line with a good time. He puts himself down in 6th at a 23:40. Right now, it's Baum at the top. We see William Clapper in the 4. So the one thing we're seeing here with the DOB, we're seeing some crossover. They're usually dirt track. If it's your first time here with us, they run a lot of late models, modifieds, sprint cars series here at the DOB. It's kind of a first season here for the pavement, and we're seeing some of our dirt track guys jump over. As Jaden Bingham there in the 26. That's a good looking Taco Bell sponsor. Number 26 is going to go second across the line. Zarfos in the 29 is going to come up into 7th. He was second last week at Kentucky. Got about 2.5 minutes left to go. Still waiting for a few more drivers to make their way out onto the racetrack. Right now it is still Ken Baum at the top. Ken Baum Jr. to be exact, at the top of the tower there. Jesse Lynch comes across the line. He's going to put himself into 10th. Let's see if we can find somebody out on the racetrack. Joshua Pickle coming across the line for his 2nd time right now. He's down to 18th. Let's see what he can do as he comes across the start-finish line. Going to move himself up to 6th in the 2-car. A-Case there in the 1. Up to 9th. And Fox, last week's winner of Kentucky, 23:06. He's going to knock Baum down to 2nd by 0.04 of a second. A few more drivers left out on the racetrack. It looks like we have. And Case going to come across and improve his time. He's going to move up to 4th in the 1. He's looking pretty strong here tonight. Pickle falls down to 8th. Kenny Hoffman, one of our dirt sprint car regulars, going to come across in 10th in the TPR sponsor number 1. He's 31 on the time and scoring. He's going to improve himself on the 2nd lap. He's going to go up to 8th. Pickle falls down to 10th. We got Grady Ehrman out here in the 24:43 on the time. He's scoring 24 on the car. He's going to come off at turn number 4 here for his 2nd lap. Let's see what he can do. He's down in 25th right now.
All I ask is, if you're pitting under green, please announce when you're entering or exiting the pits. Just
going to move up to 17th, so he improves his time, improves his position. 32 cars here tonight. A good field of cars showing up here for week number 2 as we take a look here at the 144 of Mungin. Mungin had a good run going last week at Kentucky. Ended up getting in a little bit of trouble. Did not have the finish he wanted. But he was quick throughout early on in the race. Let's see what he can do here in qualifying. He's going to be one of our last cars to qualify. He's going to come across the line. First lap for Mungin. Only going to be good enough for 30th. He's down there at 22 seconds off the pace right now. Let's see if he can improve on this on lap number 2.
Hand out any penalties there. Back with the starts and restarts, pass before the line, stay, so can't pass.
You see him come off of turn number 4 here, coming across the line to see if Mungie can improve his 30th position right now.
Black flags, only black flags that will be cleared, or restart issues.
Improves his time, but does not improve his spot. He knocked his second off his lap, but he's still down there in 30th. So that is going to wrap up qualifying here at Iowa. And it's going to be Randall Fox coming home with fast time. Ryan Honeycutt snuck in there. We didn't see that. Looks like he's a little bit quicker than, if we break it down, it says 23:10. It shows they tied on the tower, but it was really Honeycutt with a 23:100 and Ken Baum Jr. with a 23:177.
And really, we'll just have some fun. We had a great race last
All right,
week
5 seconds left to go. That is going to be wrap up qualifying. We've got Connor Dudek and Gary Buchanan did not make a lap in qualifying, so they're going to tag the field here. And we're going to get right into our grid.
I have a quick question. Do you need to get down below the white line on the back stretch to pit, or can you pull in off of turn 4? I got no idea.
All right, drivers starting to make their way out on to the racetrack.
10-4. Thank you.
So with 16 cars and a short pace lap, we're going to go and get right into our starting grid. So on the pole in the 33, last week's winner, Randall Fox, and our point leader, Ryan Honeycutt, is going to start to his outside. Back to row number 2, starting third. And then 51 is going to be Ken Baum Jr. and Jaden Bingham. I'm sure I'm pronouncing Jaden's name wrong. Somebody correct me in the chat if you know it. But you're back to row number 3 on the inside. It's A Case there in the 1. A good starting spot for Case. Roberts to his outside is going to start in 6. We get back to row number 4. On the inside, it's J-Lo in the 20 Superflow sponsor. And Kenny Hoffman with a good qualifying effort in the 1 TPR. Going to start in 8th. Back to 9th, it's the 51 of Hollinger. And the 2 of Pickles going to start in 10th. Back to row number 6, starting 11th, it's William Clapp and Jeremy Zarfos. Row number 7 on the inside, it's going to be our number 10, our sponsor from Auto Image Solutions, Scott Lester and Michael Tomlin. Back to row number 8, starting in 15th, it's going to be Dustin Big Money Sargent and William Hobert. Back to row number 9, starting in the 17th spot, it's going to be Grady Ehrman, and to his outside, starting in 18th, it's Jesse Lynch. In the 10th row, starting 19th, it's Dustin Steinman, and in the 211, starting in the 20th spot, is Chad Cottery. In the 11th row, starting 21st, it's going to be the 21 of Tyler Henselman and the 06 of Trevor Hignett. Row number 12, starting in 23rd, it's Adam Buchanan and Dakota Kuhn. Back in the 13th row, starting 25th, it's Nick Downs and Michael Sheridan. Starting in 14th, it is the 21 of Shane Gallo, starting 27th, and Andrew May is going to start to his outside in the 28th starting spot. Back to row number 15, starting 29th, it's Matt Eddy in the 88 and Giovanni Mungin in the 30th starting spot. And the last row on the field to round out our 32-car starting field here at Iowa, it is going to be the 77 of Connor Dudek and the 60 of Gary Buchanan. All right, 150 laps here at Iowa. They do have an hour-and-a-half time limit on this, so 150 laps or an hour and a half, whatever comes first at this point. But at 23 seconds laps, this is 150 laps going to go by a hurry.
He's a horrible iRacer.
And it's going to be Fox and Honeycutt bringing us to the line.
Someone put that on the soundboard.
All right, iRacing pace car is going to make his way down pit road here, coming off of turn number 4. We have to Fox to set the pace. It looks like we're going to go around for actually 2 cuts. That's the first. Usually there's just 1 pace lap here on most of the pavement track. So, all right, if you haven't been here with us before, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss any more action. As a matter of fact, this is not the last race of the night. We come back at 11 o'clock Eastern tonight to bring you the Western Racing League Truck Series from Michigan. And then tomorrow night we have the American Appalachian Arca Series. My buddy Sagar Bassi is going to be covering that one. And that's going to wrap it up for the week. So a little bit of a short week here on DRSN. Usually we'd have some shows on Friday and Saturday, but only tonight and tomorrow this week. So if you got a league out there, a special event, anything you're looking to get coverage, reach out to us. All right, pace car's going to make that hard left turn down pit road. It's going to be Fox and Honeycutt bringing us to the line. We got a blinker down on the bottom, but here comes Fox. Good start here for the top four. They're still nose to tail right here. Fox down on the bottom, Honeycutt on the outside. Looks like the bottom line is the place to be. Honeycutt's going to be able to get down to the bottom behind Fox. He's going to clear the 51 of Baum. Bingaman up on the outside in the 26, and here comes Robertson in 93 with a good start. He's up to fifth. But up front right now, it's Randall Fox and Ryan Honeycutt. Ryan Honeycutt only a couple car lengths back here on lap number 1. We can find some action back here throughout the field. Here's the 2 of Pickle. He's up a spot now. He's down on the inside here at Bollinger. Chris Robertson, the 93, started in 6. He's up a spot. He's right on the back bumper of Jaden Bingaman. I'm going to keep trying to keep getting that one, but it's just a sharp looking number 26. Let's look a little further back through the field. Here we see Zarfos with a good run last week. Looks like Bingham is around. He is going to get collected by the 211. We are under caution for the first time. So it looked like Bingaman went around there. I'm not sure if he was racing with Roberts at the time. We'll go back here and take a quick look at it, but it looks like Chad Cottery in the 211 may have taken the worst of that. You saw the front off of the 211 right there. Let's go back and take a quick look. You see Roberts on the bottom. Bingaman about to groove off the bottom here, and looks like he's just going to lose it off the corner. Tries to save it, gets it stopped right there on the racetrack, is slowed down, and Cottery just didn't see him and just drives right through the back of the 26. And I think a little bit of netcode issue may have saved Bingaman there from more damage, as it looks like the 26 did not get hurt that much. Didn't take a lot of damage right there. But Cottery, you can see the 211 of Cottery down on pit road with some heavy damage there on the front of the 211. I don't think we have any fast repairs here, so we're going to see Chad spending a lot of time down on pit road. Okay, so we don't see anybody else taking advantage. And as I say that, here comes the 51 of Hollinger. He is going to roll down pit road. So I guess we're going to have at least one stop in this race, maybe 2. I would think, short as this track is, they could probably make it around at least 75 laps on fuel. But can they make it that long on tires? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, it seems like the thing for this race in my league race last night.
All right, so the 51 of Hollinger goes down on pit road. Where did he start at? See, Zach started in
Cool deal.
9th. He's down to started in 9th, so he's going to fall way down to the bottom of the list here. He's down to 28th right now, as we see Mungeon Buchanan also out here in the back of the field right there as Hollinger gets out of pit road. Looks like he might have just came in pretty short stop, only 5 seconds, so just topped off with fuel. Lights are still on the pace car. We're going to go around one more lap. Fox, Honeycutt, Baum, Robertson, Case. That's your top 5. First caution here on lap number 3, involving 2 cars, Jaden Bingaman and Chad Cottery. And it looks like Bingaman's able to get back out on the racetrack here. He didn't look like he even came down and took some repairs. So in this case, netcode usually causes you trouble, but in this case, netcode looks to save Jaden. I don't see any damage on the 26. As he just lost it off the corner down there and got collected by the 211 of Cottery. We're going to see Mungeon in the 141 is going to take advantage here, sneak down pit road, top off with fuel. Cottery's still on pit lane. He's been down there for 3 minutes now. All right, 2x2 once again. It'll be just like the initial start. It'll be Fox and Honeycutt, but this time behind them will be Roberts and Baum. Roberts moved up a couple of spots, started in 6th, now up to 4th. Design Metal Art, another sponsor here of the DOB. They do some pretty cool looking metalworks if you find them on their Instagram page. All right, off of turn number 4, down turns the iRacing pace car off the corner between Fox and Honeycutt. One more time to the line. Fox with a little bit of jump this time in the Auto Image Solutions number 33. He is going to take the lead down into 1. Honeycutt's going to settle back down on the bottom of the racetrack. Roberts now stuck up on the outside. He's got the 1 of Hoffman sneaking up on the inside. Also the 31 of Baum. So Baum to his inside right now. Hoffman lurking behind them, looking for a place to go. Honeycutt still down on the bottom of the racetrack. So the nice thing about Iowa, you can see a couple different grooves formed, but it looks like the bottom is the preferred line. Take a look here at Case. In the one right behind him is Pickle and J-Lo running side by side. Pickle up on the outside. J-Lo's going to take that spot away. So back up to 7th goes the Superflow number 20. 2x2 back behind this group as well. We got Zarfos up on the outside of the 10 of Lester. That's for 10th and 11th. So 2x2 racing going on throughout the mid-pack here. You see the 4 of Clapp down there on the bottom of the racetrack with Zarfos as well. Up front we're single file. But we get back here about 10th on back, and we are 2x2 side-by-side racing. You got the 10 and the 13. That is Hobart in the 13 up on the outside, and he's going to make that pass. He's going to clear Lester off the corner, move himself up into 11th. Right in front of him is a 4 of Clapp and Zarfos to his outside. Up front, though, is still Randall Fox. He is now about 2.5 to 3/10 of a second out in front of Honeycutt. You can see that translates to about 2 to 3 car lengths on the racetrack. Baum in 3rd, nose to tail up here in the front, just single file for the most part all the way back as we take a look at the 2 of Pickle. Everybody getting single filed out on the bottom of the racetrack here. Take a look at the 10 of Lester. 77 of Sargent trying to move up a spot. He started in 50th. That's where he runs right now. He's got Henselman in the 21 set in his sights as Sargent looks to the inside of the racetrack. Go to Kuhn in the 95, but to lose a spot here to Sheridan in the 70. Excuse me, that's Dudek. Dudek on the inside there in the 77 trying to move up the spot. Connor started back in 31st. He did not get a qualifying lap in. He is trying to work his way to the front of the field. That is a battle for 21st. And it looks like the 51, I was going to say the 51 of Hollinger looked to be off the pace, but he's just blinking. We're 3 wide. A little bit further back right there. We take a look here at the 88 of Eddie. Eddie had a good run last week. Did not qualify well here today. He's way down here in 27th right now. So let's take a look back up towards the front. Here's Ryan Honeycutt. Last week's winner, Randall Fox, starting to get away a little further. He's now 7/10 out in front as Ken Baum Jr. in the 51 is working his way up on the back of Ryan Honeycutt in the 28. And we got caution out once again. And it looks like it's involving the 8 of Sheridan. Looks like Steinman might be involved, Dudek and Buchanan as well. It looks like Sheridan with a meatball flag. We see somebody crab walking down pit road. Dudek spun around out on the racetrack as well. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Take a quick look. So we're looking right here at the 25 of Sheridan. I think it might have started up a little further up here.
On the backstretch, if you believe you're at fault for that yellow, please climb it.
That was me.
Let's see if we can find where Steinman's at on the racetrack here.
10-4.
So it looks like the 44. Let's just rewind that just a little bit here. They head down to the corner, and a 44 just picks up a push, gets into the side of the 17. He comes down, collects Dudek, collects about 3 or 4 more other cars. That's 44 going around there, the 06. 16 of Tallman. That was the car we saw crab walking down pit road. Not sure who that was in the 44. That was Buchanan. So Buchanan Let's go back and take one more quick look at that here. Because it looked like I'm just trying to find a good angle for it. Oh, here we go. Let's try this one here. Here we go. Alright, so you can see Buchanan gets down to into the bottom of the corner, and the car gets down on the apron. Steinman to his outside. They come off the corner. Steinman did come down a little bit. Buchanan, they just met in the middle of the racetrack. But you can see Buchanan goes down to the infield. Steinman with some hard contact with the outside wall, so we're under caution now for the second time. Got a few cars down on pit road. We see May in the 22. Bingham are going to try to come down and get some additional repairs, but still Fox and Honeycutt, your top two, staying out on the racetrack here on lap 18. So we're going to take advantage of this early caution here, get ourselves a quick drink. We're going to go to commercial here. Randall Fox, Ryan Honeycutt, Ken Baum, Chris Roberts, and Kenny Hoffman. That's your top five. We're going to be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief. Your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, we are back to live action here at Iowa Speedway with the DOB Arca Series. Under caution for the second time here on lap number 19. But we're going to go green flag off of turn number 4. Randall Fox once again with a good start. He is going to get about 3 car lengths advantage back to Ryan Honeycutt. He's going to make his way down into turn number 1. 3 wide back there for that's actually 4th. That's Case up on the outside, Hoffman on the bottom. Ken Baum, actually, who was that? That's J-Lo now sneaking in there as well. So J-Lo now on the bottom. He is now up to 6th. Case going to lose a couple spots, going to fall back to 8th right now in the 1 car. As we're side by side after the restart. We see it so many times. We get a caution flag, and more caution flags just follow right after that. Let's see if they can get a few laps under their belt here. Get some green flag racing. As we look at the 29ers, Zarfrost. He is down on the inside of the 4. Clap pushes up the racetrack. May have made a little contact with the outside wall, but he's going to get it gathered back up. So William Clapp now going to lose a couple spots there, fall back to 13th. And up front, right on the nose of the 23 here with Ryan Honeycutt. He sees the 33 of Fox right there in front of him, trying to close in. You can see Fox just get a little bit loose right there for Honeycutt getting off the corner. That's going to allow Fox to get away just a little bit off. They head down across the start finish line into turn number 1. We take a look here at the 28. I said 23 because it's 23 on the timing and scoring. Take a little further action, a little further back, side by side. This is Henselman in the 21. The 88 of Eddie right down to his inside. Matt Eddie moved up 12 spots. He's our biggest mover of the race now. Right back in 29. He's at 3 wide right in the middle. See smoke right in front of this group. I didn't see who it was right there, but maybe a little tire smoke it looked like as we were taking a look here at this mid-pack racer from about 10th to 13th. Sargent now on the back bumper of the 1 of Case. Gives him a nice shove into the corner. Sargent gets in a little too deep. He's going to catch the outside wall. He's 3 wide. Clap in the middle. They're going to get clear off of turn number 4. We take a look at Chris Roberts now up to 3rd. Chris finished 3rd last week, looking for a 2nd podium finish. We jump back here. Here's J-Lo with Hobart. Hobart in the 13's up 9 spots. Car looks pretty good and free down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's been moving up lap after lap. Started back in 16th, now up to 7th. You see Clapp still up on the outside of the racetrack. Got Lester coming up on his inside now, so it's Case, Clapp, and Lester. This is for 11th, 12th, and 13th right now. Close action on the Speedway. A little bit further up, we see the 29er Zoffbach. Zoffbach's now up to 8th. Getting pretty spread out here. If we pull up, I have the track map up here. You can see on the track map, we got cars just about all over the racetrack, all the way from turn 2 all the way to turn 4. Randall Fox trying to do what he did last week, trying to pull away from this field. He won by about 7 or 8 seconds last week, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. Ryan Honeycutt doing a good job hanging in there. He's about 1 second back at this point, just keeping pace, keeping him honest. This is Ehrman right now underneath Pickle. This is for 9th. The 24 DuPont, kind of a DuPont John Deere looking paint job on that car for Ehrman, as he's going to slide up in front of Case there. Case now back to 11th. Remember, with a good run off of Ford, as they have a look to the inside of Pickle here. Pickle able to carry the car down into the corner. You can see that you can carry the car a lot of momentum in that middle line, but can he get a good run off? And he does. He's going to clear Ehrman off the corner as well. Here's the 88 of Matt Eddy down here in 16th. He started in 29th. Our biggest mover of the race, up 13 spots. Matt Eddy on a charge. He's got a good car here tonight. Did not qualify well. Let's see if he can keep pushing forward, get himself into the top 10. He's got a lot of race left to go. We still got 119 laps left. It looks like we're just about ready to get into lap traffic. Fox now, we can see up the road. I'm not sure who that is, but probably one of our cars that's already a lap down. Oh, it looks to be Buchanan in the 60. And it looks like we might have an incident here with Eddie. Eddie off the racetrack. The 88, our biggest mover of the race, he's going to fall down to 26th. Don't see a lot of damage on the car. We're going to stay green as well, but he is going to continue to lose spots. So Matt Eddy, let's go see if we can see what happened here. So we can see down here on the bottom of the racetrack, he's got the 21 of Henselman in front of him, Lester to his outside. And the car just gets loose of him off the corner. Does a good job of saving it. Just about hooked it into the outside wall, but was able to get it corrected, drive it down to the grass. So a self-inflicted mistake right there for the 88 is going to cause him to lose about 13 spots right there. He is all the way back down to 26. Good race going on up here. This is 9th, 10th, and 11th. You can see Pickle there in the 2. This is Case and Ehrman now side by side. Keep seeing the smoke as we come off the corner down there, but I'm not seeing any incidents on the racetrack. This is Scott Lester in the 10. He is down to 19th. Had a good qualifying effort, but he is losing some spots now. He's down to 7 spots. He started in 13th. He's now down to 20th. Chris Roberts is about to have some company with Ken Baum Jr. Ken started in 3rd. He's trying to get back into that spot. He's down to 4th right now. He has set his sights on the 93. Ken Baum Jr. in the 51, trying to get back up into that last podium spot. We got Fox up here dealing with our first lap car. As he is going to clear Buchanan. So that's going to put a lap car between 1st and 2nd right now. So Buchanan between Fox and Honeycutt. And Honeycutt's falling way off the pace now. He's down 2 seconds to our leader. Roberts and Baum are closing in. Baum's going to take a look to the inside of Roberts. They come off of turn number 2. Let's see if he's got to run into 3. Roberts giving him the room on the bottom of the racetrack. He's about 2 car widths off the bottom. That's going to let Baum get down on the white line. Does he have a runoff of 4? Just does not look to have the drive off the corner to get next to Roberts to take that spot away. We're getting close to have a 3-car battle for second. As a matter of fact, here comes Kenny Hoffman in the 1. He is in 5th. He is also closing in. Let's take a look here at our... Oh, Baum's going to get a run on Roberts here off of 4. This time by. He might have the spot if he can get a drive into turn number 1 here. Slide up in front of Robert, take that spot away. Robert's going to fight back on the outside. They're 2 by 2 here off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Baum gets a little bit loose, spins the tires a little bit. It looks like we might have an incident here. We got... This is the 11 of downs down the bottom of the racetrack. We're still green flag. We got a... It looks like Bingaman is going to get another meatball flag. So the 26 not having a good night. He started in 4th. And you can see heavy damage on the 26 once again. So Bingaman and Tomlin involved in another incident. That's 2 incidents here without a caution flag. Let's go back and look at our battle for 3rd. So as we were looking at that incident, Baum was able to clear Roberts for 3rd, and right in front of him is Honeycutt. So right now, last time by, fastest car on the racetrack was Ken Baum Jr. at a 24.204. He's got some good pace right here. Roberts fights back up on the outside. Roberts tries to get in the corner a little bit deeper, but unfortunately Honeycutt was there. Had to check up. We're 3 wide off the corner right here. Baum, Roberts, and Honeycutt. This is for 2nd. Across the line. Roberts in the middle of the racetrack. Baum's going to check up. Honeycutt's giving him some space, but not a lot right there. They're pretty tight there for being 3 wide off the corner. As Robert gets a little bit loose off of 2. We're still 3 wide into 3. We've been 3 wide here for about an entire lap now at this point. Honeycutt's going to get loose on the outside. Does a nice job of saving it. Does not turn down into the 93. Baum is going to clear these 2. He's going to move up into 2nd. Here comes Roberts now back up underneath Honeycutt. Now for 3rd, Kenny Hoffman there in the 1. In the TPR number 1, lurking right there behind him. We got 4 cars fighting it out for 2nd. Hoffman now takes a look to the inside of Roberts. Roberts has still got a nose underneath Honeycutt. We're basically 3 wide again across the line. Now this is for 3rd. As Baum starts to get set sail here, he's going to try to clear this group, see if he can reel in Randall Fox, as Randall's now about 4.5 seconds up the road. We're going to settle single file out. We'll see if we can find a little action back here. We see Clapp in the 4 car following back, so it looks like we've got the 22 of May right here underneath the 95 of Kuhn. And we got caution on the Speedway. Caution out for Baum. Baum in the 51 had just got himself up into 2nd. And it looks like we also might have Buchanan involved in this one, and Hobart. Heavy damage right there. Let's see if we can see what happened to Ken Baum Jr. He's closing up on the back of the 60 of Buchanan. Buchanan looks to be getting loose off the corner.
Pace cars out of the pits. Do you believe you're at fault for that yellow? Please plan.
Oh, and unfortunately, Buchanan just got loose off of 4. Oh, heavy contact right there. I didn't see who that was, but Baum. Zarfoss looks to be involved in this as well. Let's see if we can take a little bit. That's about as wide angle as we can see. So it looked like Buchanan just lost it off the corner right there, and unfortunate for Baum.
Just give it to me.
Just really nowhere to go.
Boys, gotta catch the field here.
See if we can see who else was involved in this one here as the car started to pile in. Looked like Hoffman, Roberts, and Case all missed this here. So you can see Buchanan just lost it. Baum does not have a chance to check up in time. He's going to catch the left rear. They're going to turn him around. And who comes into this? You can see Honeycutt there on the outside of the racetrack. Hoffman and Roberts all going around. And as Buchanan slides up the racetrack, here comes, that's the 13 going to get involved in that. The 29er Zarfoss going to catch a piece of it. Trying to figure out who the 13 is on my timing and scoring here. All right, caution now for the 3rd time here at Iowa. Another Buchanan just kind of lost it right there. Collected up some cars right there behind him. Unfortunate for Ken Baum Jr. He looked to have a pretty good car. Looked to have a good hot rod here tonight. But he is going to fall back here. He's going to take a bunch of repairs. Now he is... Let's see, where's he at on the racetrack now? He is down to 21st. He's on pit road. Looks like he's able to get that 51 repaired. So it looked like he... It looks like Baum did not take too much damage in that. All right. So it's still Fox and Honeycutt out in front. Looks like we've got a couple lap cars there in front of this group that'll probably get a wave around. So it looks like everybody come down pit road. Looks like Honeycutt might have beat Fox off of pit road. Let's see if we can take a look at our timing and scoring here. So, yeah, you can see the pit lane time almost 2 seconds better for Honeycutt. So Honeycutt with good speed getting in and out of the pits. He is going to move up into the lead here around Fox. We've still got a few drivers down on pit road right now. All right, so caution here on lap 48. We're going to get back to racing here. One more lap around, it looks like. So Honeycutt, Fox, Hoffman, Roberts, Lynch. That's now your top 5.
Inside, outside, right.
Joshua Pickles, Zach Hollinger, Dakota Kuhn. So currently, that is your top 20 as we get back ready to go racing here after caution number 3. Biggest mover of the race right now is Andrew May up 19 spots. Connor Dudek up 18, Mungeon up 16, Dakota Kuhn also up 16, and Jesse Lynch up 13. All right, you see lights are out on the iRacing pace cars. We're rolling into number 3. We're going to go back to racing here, this time by Honeycutt will bring us to the line this time. Fox in second. He's led every lap of this race until we went to this pit stop cycle here. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Honeycutt with a good start. He's going to clear Fox down into turn number 1. Right behind him is Roberts and Hoffman. Hoffman down to the bottom. Looks like we're 3 wide right back there behind him. Who's that on the bottom? That's the 51 of Hollinger. We're under caution again. And it looks like it might be involving the 11 of Downs. So just as we got back to racing, we're back under caution. Let's see if we can see what happened here to the 11 of Nick Downs.
Hey Chris, when you can, I'm going to need a black clear because I had to pass someone on the other side that was spinning out in front of me.
Looks like a little check up there in front of him right there. Good job avoiding that. Looked like the 211 of Cottery was able to get around Downs right there. So I'm actually surprised we had a caution right there. I'm not sure if iRacing threw that caution or that was race control, because we had a couple other incidents that involved a couple of cars with no caution. So caution out for the 4th time. It's still going to be Honeycutt. I don't think anybody's going to come down pit road at this point. So we pitted here on lap 47.
Checking about a 4.
I'm assuming we're going to have to make at least one more stop. As we are on lap 52, 98 laps left to go here at Iowa. So Autogym Solution, our main sponsor here for the DOB. Automotive Reconditioning and Dealing Company. One of the top auto reconditioning companies in all of Statesville, North Carolina. If you're in that part of the country, you need some reconditioning done on your car or some detailing, check out Auto Image Solutions. Bringing you all the broadcast coverage here all season long here for the DOB. Thanks for being on board. Corbin Matthews, country music singer. Got some morning music coming out in the next week or 2. Check out Corbin if you like some good country music. Don't forget, later tonight, 11 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be bringing you the Western Racing League Truck Series, the Viking Construction Group Truck Series from Michigan. It's just like every week. It's always one track that's kind of focused on a lot of the series. This week it's Michigan. You pretty much follow wherever the NASCAR racing is going. We're going to be covering a race there somewhere.
Alright, well, maybe I screwed it up, so I'll just manually do it.
Alright, we're going to go around at least one more time.
No, because when I looked, there was guys one lap down. I
Sorry
don't
for
know how
my
they got there though. So,
pausing here.
but from now on, I'll take a look once the yellow spot comes out, and I'll take a look. Might have screwed up and did dirt setting on that. I don't know. I'll
right.
double check that for next week.
Come across the line, we'll have one more to go. Let's take a look here at our Championship 5. See where they run on the racetrack right now. So Fox, your point leader, running second currently. Zarfoss down in 23rd. Roberts in third. Matt Eddy, fourth in points after last week, down in 18th. Buchanan down in 20th. So a couple of our top 5 right now having a good run. The other 2 not so well here. Start falling back here. We've got a lot of race left. About 95 laps left to go when we go back to green flag racing. Take a look at the track conditions. It's 83 degrees, air temperature 89, track temperature. So pretty cool racetrack. Should not wear the tires out, or at least not wear the tires out too quickly, but actually sometimes when the track is cool, a little bit extra grip will actually wear the tires down a little faster than when it's hot. So far tires have not been an issue as we've been able to pit here on lap 47. All right, once again, pace car will make that hard left turn down pit road. It's going to be up to Honeycutt this time to bring us to the line. Fox and Honeycutt. Honeycutt on the throttle, able to clear Fox down into turn number 1. Fox with a good run there on the outside, but Honeycutt's able to move up in front of him. He is going to take the lead down into 1. 2 by 2 all the way throughout the rest of the pack right now. We take a look down on the 77 of Sargent. Dustin down there in the 13th spot. Fox up underneath Honeycutt off of turn number 4. Across the line, he's got the line into 1. Honeycutt's got to keep the car up on the racetrack, give Fox the bottom line. Can he carry the momentum off of 2? Side by side now for the lead. Honeycutt took the lead on the pit stop. Fox trying to get it back here as we go back to green flag racing. The 33 on the bottom trying to get by Honeycutt off of turn number 4 at the line. It is going to be the 33. No, Honeycutt's going to get a little run there off the top. He's going to lead across the line. Roberts right there behind him. Roberts looks to have good pace, but they're 2 by 2 in front of him. Really nowhere to go. Kenny Hoffman also in the 1 car lurking right there in the 4th spot. Roberts gets loose off the corner. Able to save it. As we take a look here at the 33 down here on the inside. Not able to clear a good race here for the lead. Honeycutt and Fox now been side by side for about the last 3 laps. Down the back straightaway once again, you can see Randall Fox trying to get a run on the inside. Honeycutt on the outside doing a good job of holding him off. We look through the back of the pack. Somebody's lost it right there in the back. It looked like that might have been Henselman. And that was actually Hollinger. They're going to pile it up. Case is going to go around. Clapp involved in this. Let's see the 51. A Dome also involved. Henselman just going to let the car down, roll across the track, collect a couple of more. You see the 1 of Case doing some donuts there on the racetrack. Caution now for the 5th time. It looked like it started with the 51 of Hollinger. As you can see, that right front is not even rolling. Some heavy damage there on the 51. All right, so let's see where we can find where this started at. It might have started with Dudek. We're going to take a look here. The first car I saw go around was the 51. You can see the 51 up on the outside of the racetrack. And he just got loose up there. As you can see him come down. Oh, he collected Dudek there, turned Dudek hard into the outside wall. And then Hollinger's going to come down across the racetrack. The 77 and the 4 are going to get together. It looks like Henselman's just going to get right into the back of Hollinger. Case really with nowhere to go. He's trying to get clear of here, but here comes Hollinger going to come down and clip him in the right rear. Heavy damage on the 51. I don't think he really had much steering at that point. You're going to see Case get into the outside wall. Here comes Lester doing a good job of sneaking through there. But the 77 of Sargent also going to get involved. Big pile up here on the front stretch. The 44 of Buchanan just could not get wound up and just going to drive right into the door of Henselman. I think there were some guys kind of back in the back of the Packer just wanted to get into the party.
Was the guy I saw first car lap down. I'll
So let's see if we can take a look at this. I want to take a look at this from...
Chris,
let's see if we can take a look at this from... Lester's view here, if I can find him on my timing and scoring here. In the 10.
I think it's when the pace car hits the line.
Actually, let's just ride on board here on the right front of Lester. As you see this starting to happen in front of me, see Duda getting turned into the wall. And watch Lester just drive right through here. Nice job from the 10 to get through that incident there cleanly. That's not a great view, is it? Also want to take a look at this from the one of Case. Oh, that's not the right. There we go. Hang on a second.
High, guys. Lucky dog coming high.
So if you see this from Case's view, I think he thinks he's clear of this. And then the 51 just comes back down the racetrack, collects him in the right rear. Hits the outside wall hard. For the one involved, he started qualified in 5th. He had a good effort here, but he's heavily damaged right here. So he's trying to get going. All right, caution number 5. This is the big one right here at Iowa. Bunch of cars involved. Dudek involved. Baum Jr., Ken Baum Jr., Dustin Sargent, Shane Gallo was involved. Case, Hollinger, Sheridan, Cottery, Zarfos, Buchanan, all involved in this one here on lap number 60. 5th caution of the race. Ryan Honeycutt, Randall Fox, they were putting on a show up front there before that caution came out. Let's take a look at our big move of the race right now. It's Andrew May in the 22. Up 21 spots, started 28th. He's now up to 7th. Let's take a look at our lap leaders. Only 2 leaders in this race. Fox has led 47. Honeycutt's led 17.
You were probably supposed to be behind the pace car.
Let's take a look at what we call our wrench wranglers. The repair, the wrench wranglers, how long have they been in the pits taking repairs? Hollinger with 21 minutes of repair, and he gets involved in that one right there. Buchanan, 3 minutes. Cotter, you can see a bunch of drivers spending a lot of time down on pit road getting some repairs done. I think we've got, it looks like we've got 6 cars out of this race. Ken Baum is now retired. J-Lo's retired. Bingaman has retired. Tomlin and Dustin Steinman all out of this race. All right, got a green flag in here one more time. Here comes Ryan Honeycutt across the line. He got a little bit of jump this time. He's going to keep Fox back a couple of car lines. Roberts down to the inside of Hoffman for 3rd. He's going to get a start. Right behind him is Lynch and Pickle. So Honeycutt still going to have the lead here off of turn number 4. Fox right there with him. All right, so Fox easing up on the back of the 28 of Honeycutt. Can he have another run for the lead? Can he get up along the inside? And right there behind him, Roberts and Hoffman. That is for 3rd. Single file most of the way but throughout the field right now. As I say that, here comes Lynch. Lynch is going to take a look to the inside of Pickle. 22 of May right there as well. So May looking to move up a few more spots. He's up 21 spots. Can he move up any more? All right, let's get back up front here. Honeycutt still hanging on the lead. Fox a little pressure down the back straightaway into 3. The 33 takes a look to the inside. And they're side by side off of 4. Once again, they were side by side for about 3 or 4 laps before we went back to caution. Good race going on up here up front right now. The 33 of Fox to the inside of Honeycutt. Right there behind him, you can see Roberts and Hoffman also racing side by side for 3rd. Get back up here to the front. Side by side off of 4 one more time. Come across the line now. 70 laps left to go. 80 to go. 70 laps down, 80 to go for Ryan Honeycutt and Randall Fox. Great race for the lead. Honeycutt took the lead in the pits, and he has not relinquished it here, as Fox has been putting a lot of pressure on him for about the last a dozen laps now since we went back racing. Side by side once again through 1 and 2. Good shot looking throughout the field right now. A little bit of contact right there. They come off of 2. Honeycutt's doing everything he can to keep Fox right down on the white line. He's keeping him pinned down there, not letting him get the wheel opened up off the corner. Making him work down there. Has to lift a little bit harder than he probably like to keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack. So good defensive positioning there for Ryan Honeycutt, as he is holding off the charge from the 33 of Fox. Both look like they get a little bit loose right there off of 4. And Fox is going to have to settle back in behind him, so I think he just wanted down there burning up his tires, trying to keep that car on the bottom of the racetrack. He is going to settle back behind Honeycutt here for a few laps. We'll take a look a little further back, as now Hoffman is settled in behind Roberts for 4th. Here's a battle for 5th. This is Pickle on the outside. Andrew May, our big mover of the race, down there on the bottom, trying to get himself into the top 5 after starting way back in 28. Hoffman with a good run right here, down here on the bottom of the 93 of Roberts, trying to get himself up into the top 3. May still trying to get his way around the 2 of Pickle. Side by side, back up front again here with Honeycutt and Fox. Fox fighting that a little bit looser off of 2 one more time. Same strategy here from the 28 of Honeycutt. He is going to and they're going to make contact off of 4. As we were talking, Honeycutt was not giving him a lot of space down there. He was giving him just enough, but not a lot of extra. And they're going to make contact down there. I don't know if that was frustration out of Fox, or the car just got a little loose on him, one of the 2. But a little contact off of 4 right there. Going to keep it going straight. Fox are going to move up to the top of the racetrack to see if he can find something. See if he can get a little momentum. If he can go in on the top and get a run off the bottom. As he's going to fall back a few 4 or 5 car lengths right here. Andrew May still working on Pickle. So you can see the bottom line. A lot of times the preferred line, but it's really hard to get by somebody down there. You just can't get the wheel, can't get the momentum off the corners. You can't open up the wheel off the corner and let the car sweep off, so you're having to pinch the car down, and you're just killing your momentum off the corners. You can see May now here has been trying to get around Pickle now for about the last 5 or 6 laps. So we look back up front as Fox is now falling back just a little bit. Dustin Sargent in the 77 taking a look to the outside of Hignett in the 06. Sargent with a good run right here. That's going to put him back up to 15, or excuse me, 16. The 29er Zarfoss right there in front of him. All right, back up here. This battle here is May and Pickle right behind him. It looks like Lester and Ehrman. So Lester in the 10 starting to move his way up to the front now. He's up to 7th. Ehrman's going to fight back on the outside. So we've seen this the whole entire race. The driver on the bottom is able to get a good run into the corner, get down underneath that driver on the outside, but just cannot keep up the momentum off the corner, as Lester is going to fall back a little bit. Hoffman out of the inside of Roberts. You can see our leaders up there nose to tail. We got a battle here for 3rd as Kenny Hoffman down to the bottom of the racetrack. He is trying to clear the 93. We started with 32. We've got 20 cars still on the lead lap. Looks like we got about 9 drivers out of this race at this point. If we take a look at Kenny Hoffman, I need a split screen here. I wish I had a way to do that, but here's May now, still in this battle for Pickle. And here comes William Clapp back there. Clapp in the 4 trying to make his way back to the front. He's underneath the 04 of Lynch at this point. Up off of 4 one more time. We're past the halfway mark now. 81 down, 82 down as we cross the line. 68 laps left to go. Fox once again up underneath the 28 of Honeycutt for the lead. Can he find the pace off the bottom of the racetrack here to get around Honeycutt for the lead. Fox, our early leader in this race, lost the lead on those yellow flag pit stops. And he has just not found the pace, not been able to get the car off the bottom of the corner with enough momentum to clear the 28 on the outside. And once again, Honeycutt putting that car down in a very defensive position, giving Fox about a car width and a half, and that's about it. Off of turn number 4 this time again, Fox just cannot get the momentum off the corner. See Hoffman also having to settle behind Roberts. So it's just showing you how hard it is to make the pass as May finally makes his way around Pickle for 5th. Fox once again has to settle behind the 28. And the bumper to bumper off of turn number 2. I think the 20 got a little bit looser off of 2. That is going to let Fox get down to the bottom here one more time. More contact off of turn number 4. Just a little side-by-side door banging right here. Been a good race up front. Last week at Kentucky, Randall Fox got out in front and checked out. This week, he is fighting for the lead right here with Ryan Honeycutt. They are side-by-side, and they've been side-by-side for probably about 15 or 20 laps at this point. Roberts still back there in 3rd, and Fox still can't get that pass done. Caution in the air. It looks like it might be the 2 of Pickle. Pickle around in the grass on the front straightaway. Caution in the air here on lap 86. I'm assuming at this point, if somebody comes down the pits, they can probably make it the last 60 laps on fuel. Let's see what happened to Pickle. Right behind him is the 24 of Ehrman. And it's a little bit of contact right there. Ehrman gets into the left rear. The 04 of Lynch also gets into the back of the 2. That is going to send Pickle around. Let's see if we can take another look at that here.
Checking up on the 2.
Let's focus on the 04 of Lynch. And you can see the 24 just getting to the back bumper, just gets into the 2 just enough. It didn't take much, and I think he might have saved it. But as he started to come down the racetrack, the 04 got into him as well, and you also saw the 88 of Eddie also get into the outside wall. Trying to avoid that incident, see if he took any right side damage there on the 88. So unfortunate there for Joshua Pickle. Had a good run going here. It was up in the top 5 for most of the day. Going to get turned around here off of 4 on lap 88. All right, let's see what our leaders do here. See if anybody comes down pit road. Pace car just now making its way out on the racetrack. Pits should open this time by. If you're just joining us here, it's your first time at DRSN, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss any action. Get notified anytime we go live. We've got another race coming up here in about an hour now at this point, with the Western Racing League Truck Series at Kentucky. You know what? I'm not even on live time. These guys are probably already down pit road, and they are. So back out on the racetrack here. Let's see here. Looks like nobody pitted right there, so our leaders pitted back on lap 47. It looks like the first car on the racetrack to actually come down and take any repairs or fuel was the 88 of Eddie. He pitted on lap 61. No, nobody. Let's see. Pickle and Lynch are the first cars on the racetrack that pitted. It looks like they both were down pit road long enough to take 4 tires. So let's see if that's any advantage, as our leaders pitted about 40 laps ago at this point. So there is an hour-and-a-half time limit on this race as well. We've got 60 laps left to go. We are on lap 90 of 150. Ryan Honeycutt, Randall Fox have been putting on a show up front. And it's Chris Roberts, Kenny Hoffman. Let's take a look at our current standings here. I didn't load very good, did it? Ryan Honeycutt, Randall Fox, Roberts, Hoffman, Andrew May up to 5th. Grady Ehrman in 6th. Scott Lester, William Clapp with a good run up to 8th. Matt Eddy, Zarfos, Henselman, and Case. That is your top 12. Pignet, Big Money Sergeant, Aaron 14th, Adam Buchanan, Nick Downs, Giovanni Mungen, Joshua Pickle was involved in that last caution, the 211 at Cottery, and Jesse Lynch. That rounds out our top 20 on the racetrack right now. And the lights are out on the pace cars. We come off of turn number 2 down the back straight, and we're going to go green this time around. And once again, it's going to be Ryan Honeycutt and Randall Fox, Chris Roberts, Kenny Hoffman. Watch Andrew May. Andrew up 23 spots in this race. The turn 2 Terribles number 22 is definitely our big charger of the race. Matt Eddy up 19 spots as well. So watch the 80. He's still coming to the front as well. All right, off of turn number 4. Pace car pulls in one more time. Green flag in the air for Ryan Honeycutt on the outside. He is going to clear Fox down to the corner. Hoffman also on the outside. Roberts with a good line down in the bottom. He's into 3. Hoffman to his outside in the 1. Can he clear that pass right there? We're 2x2 further back as well. We'll try to keep an eye on us, but up front right now, Honeycutt sets sail. Roberts on the bottom. He is going to clear Hoffman for 3rd. Hoffman takes a look back up underneath. He does the old crossover off of turn number 4. Great move from Hoffman in the 1. He is back underneath Roberts there for 3rd. He almost gets alongside of Fox right there for 2nd. So that high-low move off of turn number 4 worked well for Hoffman right there, but he is still yet to get around the 93. So Kenny Hoffman's had a good car here, but it is so hard to pass as we're now 2x2. Top 4 cars side by side. Randall Fox now to the bottom. You can see Andrew May in the 22. He is making his way up to the back of this group. Our top 5 right here together, all in a group. Fox now falls back behind Honeycutt, takes another dive into 3. He's just got to find a little bit more pace off the corner. I hope Honeycutt spins the tire somewhere, gets a little bit loose. He's just not been able to get the advantage. You can see behind him right there, Hoffman also has to settle behind Roberts for 3rd. And that might be the break that Fox was looking for. Honeycutt got into the outside wall a little bit. Comes back down the racetrack. Didn't look like he hurt his momentum too much as he's going to fight back up on the outside. The 33 and the 28 still going at it. Down to 1 more time. Honeycutt's going to get a run through from the center off right there. He's got about a half a car length over Fox right now. Fox is back into 3. I think Randall Fox has probably got a little bit better hot rod if he can just find a pace. Just about clips the left rear. That was inches right there between the 33 and the 20 as they come off the corner. Great race right here for the lead and for 3rd and 4th. Caution in the air once again. And it looks like it might be the 11 of Downs spun around on the racetrack. 2nd caution we've seen Downs involved in. A meatball flag for Cottery as well, so we're going to see if we can see what happened to Chad Cottery. Oh, the 44 Buchanan's going to go around. So that's what started this. Let's take a look up here to Buchanan. As you can see, Pickle to his inside as they come down to the corner. And Buchanan starts his entry down to the corner, but the 2 is already there. Just barely up on his left rear quarter. I'm thinking maybe the spotter told him it was clear and he wasn't, but Downs also going to go around. Let's see if we can take a look at that from Pickle's view. So they come off the corner right here. They're going to head down into 1 and 2. And it's not a great angle here. Let's just see if we can find something a little bit better. Yeah, Pickle just starts to drive down the racetrack. I don't think he knows Pickle's got to his left rear. He was looking to get underneath Lester, heading down into the corner. And as somebody might say, just kind of clears himself off the nose of the 2. All right, caution in the air for the 7th time here on lap 98. So we're going to take another quick break, but as we go to break, your leader still Ryan Honeycutt. Take a look at our lap leaders here real quick. Honeycutt's led 51 now. Fox has led 48, so it's Honeycutt, Fox. Excuse me, now it's Roberts. Randall Fox actually come down pit road, it looks like.
I see what you did.
Where is he at? Actually, Randall did come down and pit here. And see what kind of pit time he had. So he took 4 tires. Randall Fox down in 15th. We'll see if he can make his way through the field. Let's see if the lights go on the pace car. If they do, we'll just stay here. If not, we're going to take a quick break.
Lucky dog coming high, lucky dog coming high.
Alright, we're going to step away for just a minute, get a drink. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and a ton more to keep up with all your favorite drivers from start to finish, from country to country, and pull your standings directly from SimRacer Hub. Join all of our elite broadcasting partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
Alright, we're back live with you. We'll take a look here at the 33 of Randall Fox. Matt Eddy right there is with him as well. Nick Down, Scott Lester. 4 cars here on the... They're on the lead lap. They pitted here on lap 98. Roll down the back straightaway off of turn number 2. Down this long back, the short back straightaway at Iowa. It's not really a long back straightaway. He got Roberts, Hoffman, May now up to 4th. So May up 24 spots. Definitely the hard charger of the race. We're going to go back to racing here on lap 102. After our 7th caution here at Iowa for the DOB Arca Series, Ryan Honeycutt has led since about the last 50 or so laps. He's going to get a jump on Roberts down into 1. Roberts in 2nd. May with a great start on the outside. He's got Hoffman to his inside. As Hoffman takes a look underneath Roberts, are off of 2. May looking for some room on the outside of the 1. Right there behind him is the 24 of Ehrman. Looks like Pickle got his way back up here into the top 10 now. The 33 of Fox tried to make a move on the outside here. He's got brand new tires on that car. He gets into the outside wall. It might have been a little contact there on the 33. We just kind of swapped over to the camera and saw the 33 against the fence. He's going to try to come back now. He's got Lester to his inside. He's got a great runner off of 2. We're going to keep an eye on the 33, but up front right now, it is Honeycutt. Kenny Hoffman's got a good car. He has just not been able to clear the 93 of Roberts. Side by side, Hoffman and Roberts have been side by side for at least a dozen or more laps now up here in the top 5. Eddie now up to 12th. So Eddie and Fox, both tires are brand new tires on. They just pitted here a couple of laps ago. They're charging through this field. They started back in about 16th and 17th. Fox going to look to make it 3 wide. He's got Case to his outside. The one of Case is going to back off it right there. Here comes Eddie. They're going to be 3 wide here one more time. Is Hoffman able to clear Roberts for 2nd? Kenny Hoffman, let's see what he can do now that he's got some clean air. He's finally able to get around the 93 of Roberts. Roberts in 3rd. Here comes May in 4th. It looks like somebody into the outside wall. It looks like it might have been the 06 of Tignett. But we're still keeping an eye on the 33 of Fox. He's able to get around Eddie as they're coming through the field. Now up to 9th. Eddie up to 11th. Up front still Honeycutt, Roberts. May now. May looking underneath Roberts for 3rd. May has got a really good car. He has come all the way out in the back of this field. They pitted back on lap 47. Can these guys go 80 some odd laps or 70 some odd laps on one take of fuel? We're going to find out. They've got to pit somewhere. May now up to 3rd, trying to get to 3rd. Look at Fox back there. Fox is going to clear Clapp and the 2 of Pickle. Randall Fox with fresh tires on a charge. He pitted on that caution flag. He has got the 29ers off. Frost right in front of him. Clapp's going to get sideways. Able to save it. We got caution. William Clapp got sideways right there. They threw a caution flag. I think they expected to be more cars piling into that. That might actually get Clapp a spot back here. We'll see how that plays out. All right, Randall Fox was on a charge. I was hoping it was going to stay green just to see what he could do, because he's all the way back up to 7th after restarting that race in about 16th. Back on lap 100, about 8 laps ago. So he's passed about 10 cars in that last 8 laps. Matt Eddy also coming up through the field. Eddy now back up to 9th. Caution for the 8th time. We've got 42 laps left to go in this race. So we've also got 29 minutes left, so at an hour and a half time limit, or 90 or 150 laps, I think we'll get that laps in if we can just stay green flag racing. And here comes our leaders, all going to come down pit road. Hoffman did the okey doke. Honeycutt went down and pitted. Roberts as well. Hoffman's going to stay on the racetrack in the 1. He's got Andrew May going to stay out there as well. That is going to put Fox up to 4th. So Kenny Hoffman's going to gain the lead here on lap 109, as we are under caution once again for the 8th time tonight. All right, let's hear from you up in the chat. Can Kenny Hoffman hang on to this thing? Is Randall Fox going to just drive his way to the front of this thing once we go back to green flag? I think that's probably the most likely scenario right now, is Eddy right there, also lurking back here in the 88. So Matt Eddy up 23 spots after starting 29th. Andrew May is still our biggest mover, up 26 spots. So as we said earlier, we've got another race coming your way here in about 40 minutes. The Western Racing League Truck Series from Michigan. And then tomorrow night, we will bring you coverage of the American Appalachian Arca Series. I'm not sure what track they're at tomorrow night. And that's it for the week here on DRSN. We come back next week with another round here at the Dirty Old Bastards. Can't remember where we are next week, but I'll have to look that up. But we have another round next Tuesday night. Western Racing League again on Tuesday night. Wednesday night back with Appalachian. Then we'll be back, more coverage of the Half Decent Racing League a week from this Friday as well. All right, we used to seeing Kenny Hoffman in a sprint car with a TPR Racing, but he has found his way to the lead here in the Arca Series. He's got Andrew May right there behind him. Ehrman in the 24 in 3rd. Now Fox to 4th. Pickle, after getting turned around earlier in the 2s, now found his way back up into the top 5. Eddy right there as well. Let's find out where our laps to Honeycutt. Honeycutt looks like he came down, took 4 tires. He's up to 9th right now, so we're going to keep an eye on the 28. He's also got Chris Roberts right there with him. So both these drivers with fresh tires as our leaders. Let's see. Fox pitted on 98, so he's only got about 20 laps, or excuse me, about 13 or 14 laps on those tires, and a few of those laps under caution. All right, 38 laps once we go back to green. We're going to come by down the back straightaway here one more time at Iowa.
Anytime after you reach the restart button.
All right, iRacing pace car is going to move down pit road one more time. Hoffman and May now going to bring us to the line. Kenny Hoffman in the 1. He'll set the pace here in the restart zone. Kenny Hoffman with a good jump. He is going to clear May. Fox not able to get around May, so back there. So here comes Ehrman down on the bottom of the racetrack. So the 24 with a good start. He's trying to get around May for 2nd. Get a clean run here for 1 lap here. Ehrman now underneath May. Fox stuck on the outside of the 24. Does he have enough pace to make a move off of 4 here? As Hoffman collects the outside wall, he's going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Top 4 right on top of each other. Hoffman, May, Ehrman, and Fox. Fox looks to make it 3 wide. He's going to get in between Ehrman. May up the racetrack right here. Fox is going to get a twofer right here. He's going to move up to 2nd. Goes from 4th to 2nd in 1 corner. And he looks underneath Hoffman for the lead into turn number 3. He's going to come off at turn number 4. fresh tires on that race car of the 33. He is going to get back to the front. So Randall Fox is going to clear Hoffman right there. 36 laps left to go. Ehrman and May now still fighting it out for third and fourth. And here comes Matt Eddy in the 88. He was the part of this. He is back here in fifth. He's looking for a way to go. He's going to look to the outside of May as they head into turn number 3. And here comes Roberts now. Chris Roberts with brand new tires on that race car. Back up to 6th. Honeycutt right there as well. This last 35 laps are going to be a banger, folks. Hang on to this one, because here comes Honeycutt and Roberts back up into the battle. May now falls back to 4th. Fox is trying to get some distance on this group. He sees him back there in the mirror. He is trying to pull away. Here comes May now back to the bottom of Ehrman. Roberts right there behind him. Honeycutt as well. Honeycutt now underneath Roberts off the corner. Honeycutt wants to clear Roberts. He knows that's his closest competitor right there with fresh tires on. He's going to get around the 93. He's now underneath the 22 of May. May slides up in front of the Roberts, blocks off his run. Matt Eddy now in the 88 trying to stay in this as well, as he's now down to 7th. Fox now about a second and a half out to the good. Kenny Hoffman in second. But we're watching the 28 of Honeycutt. Brand new tires coming through the field right here. Roberts right there with him. As they're both going to get around. No, excuse me. Honeycutt gets around Ehrman. Roberts has to settle behind him. So the thing is Honeycutt going to use up all of his tires trying to get back to the front here? Is he going to have anything left if he can catch Fox? As he has now got Hoffman in his sights. Hoffman is going to give Honeycutt the bottom of the racetrack. Not a lot of room, but Honeycutt's got a good line here off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Honeycutt is going to clear Hoffman into 3. Honeycutt now to 2nd. Hoffman to 3rd. Roberts to 4th. And it looked like May caught a little piece of the wall. They're coming off of turn number 4. We're 3 wide. May took a little bit of damage there. He's falling back as Clapp and Lester are going to get around him. Clapp with a good run now up to 8. Roberts now is going to get around Hoffman with 3rd. Here comes Eddy now. Eddy is going to clear Ehrman. That is for 5th. So 4 of our drivers with fresher tires have about made their way to the top 4. Hoffman is doing a great job on those old tires. But you can start to show right there. He's having a hard time keeping the bottom of the racetrack. It pushes up right there off of 2. That lets Eddy get a nose up underneath him as Eddy now falls back behind him. But you can see with those fresher tires, the 88 is able to drive down to the bottom of the corner. Who's that down in the infield? I couldn't tell who that was down there spinning. I think it was May. So the 22 of May slides off into the grass, and Shane Gallo showing a meatball flag. I think Shane's been in the pit for a while. All right, so we take a look at our leader, Randall Fox. He's now got about a second and a half back to the 28 of Honeycutt. Roberts back to 3rd. Eddy now to 4th. Hoffman, Clapp now with a good run. He's back in 6th. He looks up underneath Hoffman. Clapp pitted on lap 109, but he's one of those drivers that took fresh tires. He's way up on the outside right there. We're basically a 4-rider. Case in the middle. Ehrman, Pickle. Fortunately, they got a little wise right there. Ehrman and Clapp get together off of 4 across the start-finish line. Ehrman down on the bottom of the racetrack. Pickle right there as well. Pickle, also one of those drivers that took some tires back on lap 88. But Case and Clapp right here trying to come up there. They took tires on 109, so they got fresh tires on the race cars too. Top 3 starting to get separated out, so this battle right here is from about 5th on back. As you can see, Case now looking down underneath his SGR teammate of William Clapp. That is for 6th. Top 5 kind of separated out right now. Then it's back to this battle right here for 6 with Clapp and Case. Right there behind him is Zarfos in the 29. Zarfos also has fresh tires. So the fresh tires, guys have pitted, all finding their way to the front of the pack. Here comes Henselman as well. He's part of that group. He pitted on 109 as well. So all these drivers that pitted on that last caution flag are starting to make their way to the front of the field. Case is going to get a good run down in the corner. Zarfos thought about making it 3 wide right there, but he's going to follow the 1. They're both going to get by Clapp off of 4. Clapp just wants to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, but he's stuck up on the outside. He's got Zarfos now to his inside. Case now up to 6. He sees Hoffman right there in front of him. Hoffman on the old tires. He pitted way back on lap 47. Zarfoss going to clear Case, and here comes Henselman as well. So Henselman looking to get her in around the 4. Little contact there off of turn number 4. The where it's a little wiggle, going to keep it going straight. Case now gets by Hoffman. A 2.5 gap. Honeycutt was able to get the second after taking those tires, but he is now falling back here a little bit. He's not really gaining anymore on Fox. Hoffman back to the inside of Case. Here comes Zarfoss on the inside. Hoffman's tires are just about gone at this point. He has been on that set of tires for about 80 laps now at this point, and they are starting to show he is losing ground right here. He's doing a really good job still staying in the top 10 as he sits there in 7th as we see this battle with Henselman and Clapp right now. This is for 8th and 9th. 22 to go. Let's take a look up here up front. The lap times between Fox and Honeycutt, and as you can see, Fox still running better laps here for the last 5 laps. Eddie to 4th. We've got a little battle going on. Case now in a good solid 5th spot. Zarfoss now up to 6th. Zarfoss got a good car here. Look, he's trying to catch up to Case, trying to get that 5th spot away. And it's Hoffman, Clapp, Henselman, Sargent. So Sargent, after getting involved in a couple incidents early, doing a good job getting himself back into the top 10. Alright, looks like we've got ourselves settled down here after about 8 caution flags in this race. We went back to green flag racing here on about lap 110. We've been 21 laps under green flag racing conditions at this point. We're taking a look back here. Good battle going on here. You see Pickle in this one. I see Downs down the bottom of the racetrack, the 10 of 11. Andrew Mesa back a little bit further from this one, but here's the 11 of Downs. Has been involved in a couple incidents. Well, he's still got himself up into the top 15 right now. He's in 13th. Pickle gets a little bit loose off the nose. It looked like maybe the 13. He tries to save it, but he is going to end up going around. He saved it 2 or 3 times and then got tapped one more time. Finish him off. It looked like the 13. And I'm not sure who that was behind him there at that point, but Pickle's going to go around once again. So not the day Joshua Pickle wants to remember. Been involved in a couple incidents now, most of them not of his doing. So who's that in the 13? I don't have a 13 on my scoreboard.
Pace car's going into 3 if you believe you're...
So Pickle does a good job of saving it right there. He's just dirt tracking it off of 4. He just catches a pizza Lester right there. He's pretty much got it saved at this point. Starts to get a little bit loose, and here comes Lynch in the 04. Gets into the 13.
I think I got somebody came down on me.
It looks like maybe Pickle was going to lose it anyway there at that point, but they got together with the 13 car. So we're under caution now for the 9th time, I believe. An incident here involving Pickle, Lynch, and whoever the 13 car is. Buchanan, the 44, out on the racetrack. So it's whoever's behind Buchanan there. It's Hobart. It's William Hobart. It's listed on my timing and scoring is 28, 13 on the race car. So he's involved in this one here as well. So we're back to caution here on lap 135. Randall Fox now out in front. He has got Honeycutt. They're going to be side by side once again on this restart. We saw them racing side by side for probably 20 to 25, if not more laps early on. Roberts now back up the 3rd into podium spot. Matt Eddy doing a great job, up 25 spots, up to 4th. Case up to 5th. Zarfoss in 6th. Henselman, Clapp in 8th. Sargent back in the 9th spot, and Hignett back to 10th. So that's your top 10 right now.
That lucky dog's coming high.
All right. The lights are still on. We're going to go around at least one more time at this point.
Now we keep getting 2 ways around.
As we can see some drivers getting a wave around. We see the 13
Well, when I look,
of Hobart getting a wave around on the outside there, and it looked like You got Mungin also, I believe, as well.
I'm really not sure. I'm gonna have to.
So that's going to put Mungin and Hobart back on the lead lap.
Next week and make sure the lucky dog's enabled the way it should be.
All right, we got 15 laps left to go. We're going to go around at least one more time, so we'll go back to green flag racing with probably 13 laps left.
Randall, inside, outside.
We've also got about 15 minutes left, so we should easily get that 13 minutes in, or 13 laps in. Randall Fox, your point leader and last week's winner, made his way back to the front after that timely pit stop. Brian Honeycutt and Chris Roberts on about 20 laps, about 11 laps newer tires. I don't know if that's really enough to make that big a difference. But the 28 and the 33 are going to line up side by side one more time. All right, lights out once again. We will go green flag with 13 laps left to go when we come across the start-finish line. Fox, Honeycutt, Roberts, and Eddie. He's been your top 4 cars most of the day. Actually, Eddie had not run in the top 5 until this last few laps here, but Fox, Honeycutt, and Roberts have been up in the top 4, top 5 for most of the day. So they found their way back up here after these pit stop cycles. All right, off of turn number 4, green flag in the air once again. See a back flag in the air for Buchanan. He must have passed somebody on the racetrack. Fox able to clear Honeycutt into 1. Honeycutt takes a look to the outside. Roberts now is going to get underneath Eddie, so it's Eddie and Roberts side by side for 3rd. Right behind him, it's Case and Zarfoss. That is for 5th and 6th. Fox up the racetrack.
I got a black as well, no clue why.
Eddie's going to get loose right there. A little contact. We're going to go around. Eddie is going to get turned around. We are under caution once again. So we saw Fox get a little bit loose. I don't know if that was off the nose of Honeycutt or not. We kind of looked the battle back a little further, but Eddie, unfortunately, while everybody was kind of checking up. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened there. First off with Fox.
Will be the lucky dog.
Let's rewind this just a little bit here.
Pace car's into 3. If you believe you're at fault for that yellow, please call.
Was there contact getting in the corner here? It looks like there was contact down the straightaway. Honeycutt took a look to the inside. Fox tried to go down and block it off. It looked like they're going to get contact. Honeycutt gets into him, sends him up the racetrack. Eddie tries to, just gets loose right there, it looked like. Let's take a look at this from Eddie's view. And you can see Eddie, heavy damage. Let's take a look here. What happened here with the 88. You can see up in front of this group, you can see Fox getting loose. Eddie just gets loose right there in the middle of the corner, comes down, almost gets the 1 car, comes down and collects Henselman, and then gets hit by the 24 and the 11, and the 60 is going to pile into this as well. So unfortunate for Matt Eddy. He had a good run going here, but I think he might have got on the brakes here a little bit when he saw Fox coming down the racetrack after losing momentum, and Eddie's going to go around. And one more angle of this here. We see Lester up on the outside. Let's watch Scott Lester. Does he make it through this clearly? Oh, no, he's going to get some heavy contact into the outside wall. Around goes the 10. The 04 of Lynch also going to go around. But I want to watch this interaction here with the 33 of Fox and Honeycutt.
Guess we'll find out when you get on the 1.
All right, so we're under caution once again. 10 laps left to go at this point. Ryan Honeycutt's going to go down pit road. Not sure what that's about. I don't think he needed to pit for fuel. So was the 28 given a drive-through?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find out what happened here.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like that contact between between Honeycutt and Fox actually gave the 28 a bunch of damage. He had to come down and repair right there.
Green guys, tighten up, double up.
So your leader at that point has to come down and take some repairs. He didn't take tires or anything at that point, so we're going to see what kind of charge the 28 can make back, get through this field right now. So he's going to probably restart back. It looks like about 13th or 14th. So Chris Roberts now finds himself up here in second. He has got a chance. He is going to be on the outside of Randall Fox here. A-Case in fourth right now with Zarfoss right there with him, Clapp and Henselman. That's your top six, and it's Sargent and Hignett. Nick Downs and Andrew May. Andrew May had a good car earlier. He fell back after a couple inches. He's now back up into the top 10. All right, lights are out. We're going to go green flag. Be eight laps left to go. We come across the line. Fox, Roberts, Zarfoss, Case. That is your top three. All right. Randall Fox setting the pace for Roberts. A little bit of a jump right there. But actually, I think Roberts actually had the lead at that point on the restart. So Roberts set the pacer off the corner. So my bad. I think Roberts actually got clear of Fox after Fox had to chase the car up the racetrack. So Chris Roberts right there coming off at 2 with the lead. Randall Fox now behind him. Zarfoss up to 3rd. Case going to fall back to 4th. Here comes Clapp to 5th. Henselman, you can see May up into the outside wall. It's going to get spicy and dicey here for the last 7 or 8 laps to come across the lines. 3 wide back here from about 8th or 9th on back. Fox now looks underneath Roberts for the lead. Case is going to get underneath the 29, so we're side by side for 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. I need a more zoomed out view right here. Roberts fights back up on the outside of Randall Fox. 6 to go as they come across the stripe. Zarfoss and Case for 3rd and 4th. The 33 of Randall Fox just can't get up. We saw this earlier. He gets into the upper quarter of Roberts. Roberts going to get into the outside wall hard. Comes off the wall. No caution in the air, but some damage on the 93. Clapp outside to check up. He's losing some ground. A-Case now to the lead. Randall Fox in 2nd. Case took advantage of that right there with the contact with the 33 and the 93. Case now out in front. Fox fights back on the outside. Zarfoss to 3rd. We got 5 to go, 4.5 to go to come down the back straightaway. The 1 of A-Case now to the lead. Randall Fox is 2nd. Fox might have taken a little bit of damage right there. He gets back to the bumper of the 1. Going to take a look to the outside as they head into turn number 1. Can Randall Fox get around? It's been a day of adversity here for the 33. Has been up and down throughout the leaderboard. Just about turned around. Got the contact with the leader right there. Chris Roberts right there off of turn number 4. Come across the line. 3 to go. Case now with the lead. Fox. Here comes Andrew May to 3rd. Andrew May's going back up in the top 3. Hoffman as well. Hoffman's had a good car. He pitted and took some tires here not that long ago. Does the 1 have anything for this group? Head through 3 and 4. We're going to come across the line. It'll be 2 laps left to go. The 1 of A-Case out in front. Randall Fox in 2nd. May in 3rd. Hoffman down to the bottom of May. Head in turn number 1. Zarfoss also right there. We got 5 cars all right here together. A-Case doing a good job of hanging on to the lead, but he's got Fox into the outside wall. Fox gets into the outside wall. He's going to lose some spots. May's going to go by him for 2nd. Hoffman for 3rd. Randall Fox falling all the way down throughout the field. We're going to get back to our leader. Here comes Case. White flag in the air one more time around. The next lap, the next flag will end this race. A-Case out in front. Andrew May in 2nd. Jeremy Zarfoss in 3rd. Now Hoffman gets by him for 3rd. Hoffman to the inside of the 29 as they go into turn number 3. Going to come off of turn number 4. The 1 of A-Case is going to come home with the win. Andrew May 2nd. Kenny Hoffman in 3rd. Jeremy Zarfoss in 4th. Ryan Honeycutt's going to get back to 5th. Matt Eddy with a good run getting back to 6th. Randall Fox is disconnected there at that point. But your winner is going to be the 1 SGR number 1 of Case. Andrew May to 2nd. Kenny Hoffman with a good run get back up to 3rd. That is going to be your podium. 150 laps of action at Iowa when it comes down to the last 2.
Everybody else, thanks for coming out. That was a...
Chris Roberts had a shot at it at the end, but a little contact with the 33 is going to send Roberts down to 11.
Everybody else, thanks for coming out.
You see the one in case he needs to practice on his burnout skills a little bit. He's trying there. All right, we've got, what time is it? It's 7:44. We're gonna have to get right to our interviews because we're gonna have another race here coming up pretty soon. Let's see if we can pull up into our. All right, let's get into our Discord. Let's find if anybody's in the waiting room. All right, so let's bring up our, I'm guessing. All right. Hey, Case, are you there, buddy? All right, hang on just a second. Let me get your, I got to get your Discord here changed here so people can hear you. Are you breathing heavy?
Very bad.
All right, man. Hey, you know what? Your first, I believe that is your first career DOB victory. Tell us how it went from your point of view, my friend.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know. Kind of blacked out there the last 5 laps.
Well,
it was fun. It started rough, but.
Well, you know, blacking out in the race car is not a good thing to do.
No, that's for sure.
Well, congrats. I mean, you contact right there with Chris and with Randall on that last restart. You took advantage of it. You know, it looked like you had a pretty good car all day, but you were up and down throughout the field. You know, like you said, it was a little rough early. You fell back, but you qualified well. So, you know, just kind of tell us anything you did to get your stay out front there at the end. I mean, Randall was all over the back of you there after you got the lead.
Sorry, my dogs are freaking out. I seen the contact, and I figured if I could just be smooth and hit my marks, I would be all right.
Well, congrats.
But yeah, the very beginning of that race did not start well. I was surprised I made it back up there, but yeah, the car was great.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic victory, my friend. You don't always have to be the fastest to win. Sometimes you just got to be there at the end, and that's what you just did, man. Take advantage of what's around you, and good job tonight. But hey, man, we're gonna have to cut our interview short tonight. So before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Stain Gallo Racing, you of course for doing these broadcasts, and Chris Roberts for putting on these races.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations once again. I'm sure we're going to talk to you again, and I'm sure we'll talk to you later on, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Let's. I think we got. All right. All right. Is this Andrew? It says Big Dog on my screen. So
Big Dog. That's me. What's up?
What's up, man? All right. So, man, just like I think everybody tonight at one point was just up and down throughout the field. Kind of tell us your story of your journey tonight.
Oh man. Well, it started. I spun myself out in 3 and 4 my qualifying lap, so I qualified like 28th, and then I worked my way up through the field there. And I caught It's a good thing Chris gave me a fast repair tonight. I caught one of those guys early and had a meatball, so got that fixed. I think I restarted 27th or so. Ran up to 12th. And then just kind of kept playing it forward. Guys kept wrecking. I kept taking advantage of it. Got up to second there on that second last restart, I believe. And everybody behind me, I think, behind me and Kenny had fresh tires, and I got eaten up. Yeah. And I caught a little net code, ended up going through the grass. That caution worked out pretty well for me because I think I restarted 15th. Got up to 9th and then was able to run up to second there at the end. But I'm sweating. That was a lot of work. Yeah, that was so much fun.
It was a lot. I mean, it was a little bit of work from my point of view, and I wasn't even doing anything but running my mouth. So I can imagine you guys out there. You guys just put on a great show, man. We watched it all day. I thought you had a really good car earlier. It's good to see you get back up towards the front. But we got another show. We got even about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna cut these a little shorter than normal. So before we let you out of here, buddy, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, T2T, Turn 2 Terribles, Chris Roberts, the GOAT, the best race director in the game, Big Dog's voice changers, Brent Mark Sim Team, and Jay-Z, my daddy.
All right, man. Well, good job tonight, and hopefully we'll see you a few more times throughout the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, congrats. All right, and we got third place finisher, last but not least, as usual. Kenny, are you there, buddy?
Yep.
Well, you know, we're used to talking to you after a sprint car race. Didn't think we'd be talking to you after an Arca Series race, but man, fantastic job there tonight. You qualified good. You ran up front all day long. That late pit stop really helped you out. Was that your call, or was it somebody else's, or would you have anybody working with tonight?
No, I just kind of took the gamble, and I think it really would have paid out. And I don't know. I really felt like we had a really good chance of winning. And after I took that pit stop, there was a yellow, and I had nowhere to go, and so I had to go back into the pits, and thank God we had that one fast repair, and had to use it, or else I was done. And so it kind of set me back even farther, and just wasn't really able to get back up in time. Just came a little bit short. I think if I maybe could have got by Andy, and that last it's like 2 to go, that last lap, I might have had something for Case. But dude, that was a lot of fun for sure. I was just happy that I wanted to run this when Chris announced it, and just really haven't really been on too much to race, and I saw it was going up tonight, and I was able to make it, obviously. So yeah, that was super fun.
Well, happy to see you here with us, man. I know you missed last week, but hopefully you can make it the rest of the races. But, I saw a lot of guys out there. I know, normally with the DOB, we're running dirt track, we're running sprint cars or modifieds, but, I saw a bunch of our guys out there, and I kind of having to use the dirt track skills at times. The cars looked a little bit loose, especially off of forward.
Yeah, there was times that it gets a little sideways on you, but I just kind of really focused on just managing my tires throughout that race. I just really wasn't running as hard as I think I could, and that also helps, especially as longer green flag runs go on. I think one of the first green flag runs of the race, I kind of was a little bit far back from the top four, and just kind of managed myself and was able to keep it straighter and just keep the car underneath me, I think, a little bit better, just since I kind of managed and saved the tires. But like you said, when you get a little sideways, especially off of four, the little dirt track experience kind of helps you out a little bit. So
all right, brother. Well, good job of coming on with a podium tonight, man. But anybody else you want to give a thanks to before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, just I know obviously this is a NASCAR race, but still gotta thank the dirt team, Tanner Pet Racing, and all the boys over there, and just huge thanks to him for everything he does for us, and thanks for broadcasting tonight, and thanks to Chris for putting it on for us, and just gotta thank Ace Subsim Sport, Blake Herrick Racing, Simrap Market, CD Cinematography, 1425 Photography. I don't know if I missed anything else. Clay, yeah, no, I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. My bad if I did.
All right, brother.
But yeah, thanks.
Well, good job, and I'm sure we'll see you again, and good luck whatever else you got going on for the rest of the weekend.
Yep, thank you.
You bet. All right. That is going to wrap up our interviews here tonight. So we'll take a quick look at the results here. So I can never, and I've known Case for about 3 years now, and I still don't know how to pronounce his first name, so we just call him A-Case. Comes home with a win. Congratulations on his first victory for the DOB. Andrew May in second, Kenny Hoffman third, Jeremy Zalfrost fourth, Ryan Honeycutt fifth, or led probably the most laps in this race. I think he did. Actually, Fox ended up leading the most laps, but Honeycutt in fifth. Matt Eddy had a good car, got back to sixth there. Clapp in seventh, Tyler Henselman in eighth, Scott Lester in ninth, Trevor Hignett in 10th, Chris Roberts, unfortunately, after being up there at the front, ends up in 11th, Pickle 12th, Giovanni Mungin in 13th, Grady Ehrman, Nick Downs, William Hobart, Dustin Big Money Sargent 17th, and Buchanan, and Adam, whatever, is in 18th, Randall Fox, unfortunately, down in 19th, Jesse Lentz going to round out our top 20. And let's see if we can go back a couple more spots here. Gary Buchanan, Chad Cottery, Shane Gallo in 23rd, Michael Sheridan in 24th, Dakota Kuhn, Zach Hollinger did not have a good night in 26th, down 89 laps. Ken Baum Jr. had a good car early, started in third. He's going to come home in 27th. Connor Dudek 28th. Jonathan Lowe in 29th. Jaden Bingaman in 30th. And our last two cars, Michael Tallman and another one of our buddies, Dustin Steinman, won the race to the hot dog stand. He's going to come home in 32nd. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We got another race coming up in about 7 minutes' time, so don't miss that one. We're going to be back here with the Western Racing League Truck Series from Michigan. So thank you for joining us here tonight. If you didn't hit the subscribe button yet, please do it now. Give us a like, share it with your friends and family. So from all of us here at DRSN, thank you for spending your night with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart. And if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.